tree from a structural point of view. Okay? So what I'm recommending to everybody is just spend your money wisely. I think you should start removing trees and replacing trees, doing it very slowly, 1 or 2 trees a year, put back 3 because they're smaller, and at least work toward a goal. You know, and I've got a lot of information here for you guys, so, you know, we can all come in agreement with what trees are the most hazardous that should be removed to the least hazardous. And then I think we should come up with a 10 or 15-year program, whatever it takes, to eliminate these unwanted trees and put in trees that require less maintenance. Palms like foxtails, Alexanders, Christmas palms, don't require pruning. Okay? So I can reduce your pruning costs when this is done tremendously. Okay? I've got a lot of information for you guys to read. All I can do is give you the information, you read it, and you know, we take it from there.
Carl, maybe you should explain that the trees that we have, as far as now that some of the state guidelines have done, like you did with me and you shared with me, they've done so much more research on the species that these trees were okay when they put them in, but now they know they're bad. Like they know they're potentially going to get large. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
The Bashophia tree is on the nuisance city tree list, and the only reason the pongans and the black olives are not is because they're still a good park tree. They're fine in a park. If this tree were in a park, it would be fine. Okay, but structurally, all your trees need structural pruning. They don't need to come in and be thinned and raised and cut off the buildings. They need to be subordinated so that big limbs don't crack and crush people.
Could you explain subordination?
Okay? Well, subordinating is by taking the weight off of the end of the limb and relieving the pressure where you have codominant limbs like here, so the trees don't split. By taking the weight off of that, it's like a big lever. And when it rains and we get a little wind, that's when trees fail. They just split. You hear a thunderstorm, you say, oh, my tree got hit by lightning. No, your tree split because you had a codominant stem.
And Carl is also drawing a diagram of the property to identify the trees that he's referring to as nuisance, because obviously we don't know. I don't know the names of any of these species of trees either. I don't know how tree savvy you are, but I wasn't.
And when you look at it, you know, these are the trees I'm recommending you put back, and here's some goals I set for you. Okay, obviously you want to make your trees safe. That's your #1 goal. You don't want to come out and have trees on everybody's car if we have a storm. So that's important. So I think you need to spend your money in the front, and the trees that are in the back, not hurting anything if they fall, leave, because you probably can't budget to do all the trees right.
Carl, could you explain the fact that they're not going to fall? What's going to happen to those trees in a storm?
They're going to split. They're going to split, and then, or the whole thing's going to fall, one or the other. You know, we've been lucky. The oak trees are very sound. Don't even worry about the oak trees. But the Bashophias and the pongans are a major problem. The black olives they're still a very strong tree. You have about 8 or 9 of them back there, which I would recommend removing last, you know, because they are such a strong tree. They're messy, but you have them. You have a 30-year problem here that took 30 years to create. You're not going to fix it in 1 year. And what I want to do is set a goal, say 10 or 15 years from now, none of these trees are here. We have the right tree in the right place, which if you look at the pamphlets I provided with you, it's going to explain why you want the right tree in the right place. And these trees today are against the code. These trees today should be 25 feet from the sidewalk. That's the code. This species, every species, for this 25 feet from a building and 25 feet from the sidewalk. That's the code. Look where they are. Look where they are. Look where that tree is. That's not 25 feet. There you go. Now there are nice trees you can put in. The pigeon plums, which we have some down here. Japanese blueberry, which is a beautiful tree. You see them around the Hard Rock Casino. Okay, very rich looking tree, and all the trees I'm recommended require very to little, almost no pruning.
How tall do those trees get?
Well, in the guide I gave you, it explains pongans full maturity 25, 30. I mean, not pongans, pigeon plums.
Obviously, that would take a long time, but it's nice to have some shade. But another thing is,
that's why you do
our issue is the flat roots and leaves getting.
Nothing's going to get above that. I would not put any tree that's going to grow and get leaves on that.
The other problem we have is we have rats that will run up the tree.
Yeah, they run from the tree limb, absolutely. And that's why, if you look, there's a really nice pigeon plum down there. If we walk down there, let's walk down. Let me show you this tree. Because this is the kind of trees I want to put back. Trees that don't require pruning, and trees that aren't going to get that big and full maturity. because they can't be in an area.
Don't
like
get over.
If this driveway
This is
were out
Virginia's
here, that
guy.
would be different. If the grass came out here, it was in the middle.
Oh, that's him? Well, not my guy, Paul.
No, but the name you gave me, yeah.
I ain't doing it like this.
No, I did it all.
I didn't
No,
know.
I did it all. Let's get clear. I did.
No, but
I'm teasing.
I just gave her the name.
I know. I know. No, I know. I'm just saying.
But your recommendation? Well, only because Paula uses a. Your place looks nice.
Yeah, don't be bashful. He's the only one that answered any of the problems. I talked to him about the rats getting on the roof, the
But he's
leaves.
probably going to cost us more than we have.
Oh, yeah. It'll cost a lot.
I don't think so. I gave him a budget.
Palms we want to put back.
Oh, good.
You see this palm here? That's the type of palms we want to put back. The foxtail. That's this big one right here. See this
You
one right
did
here?
good.
Yeah, but how
Beautiful
can we-
solitaire
I don't
palm.
think we can afford
It doesn't require
That
pruning.
foxtail cost
It
$75.
doesn't require
That
pruning.
foxtail cost
You never have to
That what?
trim it.
$75.
What does?
That foxtail.
You don't want to put in sable
It wasn't
palms,
that big,
clean
but it
trees,
grew really
coconuts
fast.
that you have to trim.
Put it in. It was like,
But with the city, I don't know what he did. The city let us remove trees.
They have to, because
This is a pigeon
those
cluster.
trees you have are
This
wrong
is the
trees.
kind of trees
They're
that
not
are
approved
designed
to be
for this
planted
area.
in here anymore.
Okay?
That's what he said.
Yeah, he's got a list for you. Go, you're behind the game, sister.
yeah.
But
The security lights don't.
But this here's another tree that requires very little pruning. These are great trees. They're native to Florida. All these other trees aren't native to Florida. These are native to Florida.
It's called what?
And it's a pigeon. Great
Why
tree.
they put those in the first place?
Because
Well,
they
the place,
didn't
the
know.
complex is like 40 years old.
Yeah, exactly. And 40 years ago, they had no knowledge of tree structure and species they didn't know. There was
Carl,
no
is
codes.
there any concern that you would think that we should have with the city allowing us to take out trees and put in new ones if we're putting in the proper species?
No, we're going to do. You would do everything legal. You would permit for it, and you would put the replacements back because you want to plant more than you're taking out. You're going to take out one of these large canopy trees, and you're going to put back 3 trees that'll never get that big. And you want to start planting the community.
And do
See?
you handle the permitting and
Yes,
planting
we
with the
put-
city?
I fill out the permit. We meet with the city. We show them what they're doing, and the city's going to be ecstatic that you're getting rid of all these trees. You know, but it's going to take 10.
No. We just wondered if you handled the whole
I
procedure.
do. I can fill out the permit. What?
Can you print this?
Right about here. Yeah, we could raise it a little up, you know. But you just want to. I want you guys to start working toward a goal. You know. Let's go down here.
What's this tree?
That is a type of weed. Okay.
Do you want
You
something?
know, it has a decent central leader. It can be pruned.
Oh,
The same. Would I have picked that choice for there? No.